Hello, folks. Welcome back to your very own channel, Wall Street to the Lal Street. Hope you're having a good time this weekend and you are staying at your home, safe and sound. Coronavirus cases rising, economic downturn looming large. Everybody saying the market crash is imminent. So, and the biggest hot topic this week, especially back in the States, has been who is going to win this election and how is it going to change the market perspective, the market landscape? Will the stock market crash post the presidential race? That's how that's the big question, and that is what we are going to talk about today. We are going to talk about how a Biden oblique Trump presidency would impact the stock markets and the US economy. So just a bit of an aberration from my regular stocks and charts and technicals, and also about the Indian market. Let's talk about the US market now. So now, if you're aware, I mean, US markets are at all-time high, especially the Nasdaq and the S&P, and stocks like Tesla have quadrupled. Stocks like Amazon, Google, Apple, Facebook have like doubled, tripled over the course of a year. Facebook as well. There's LinkedIn. All these tech companies are buzzing big. So the overall sense is like Trump, although has been not so popular amongst the people, there have been a lot of issues which you're going to discuss further. He has he has overall controlled the markets very well. So let's start the race with the question that the pro-Trump camp. There's this like all these business community, the white Americans are always for Trump because his actions have been very good and the market has supported big time. Market even amidst the pandemic is hitting all time highs. So the sense is that Trump is very good in controlling the stock markets and as well as boosting the economy, because before the coronavirus hit the US, the job market was beautiful. It was like the jobless claims were at all time low. He had such a good impact on China. He'd like putting all these sanctions on the Chinese, promoting the pro like I mean, there's Made in India initiative, Atmanirbhar Bharat. So that comes with Make America Great Again. So he's been pretty good in giving away these speeches and also acting on it. The thing is, his actions speak louder than words. He wakes up every morning, raises a new bill. I mean, the kind of bills that he has made, they say it's like unprecedented. All the bills sanctioned by the congressmen over the years don't match up to just what Donald Trump has signed. So many bills, so many bills. Just raises, gets up in the morning, signs a new bill. So, but he's been very strong on China, which has been a bit negative on the markets as well. He's been really strong on China. He's been strong on a lot of countries. He's been imposing sanctions. He says that Chinese and the Europeans have been thriving off US, living off US, and selling all their goods for such high prices. So that has been a bit of a negative on the markets, but it has markets have shrugged off and then markets have risen and risen and risen pre-corona and also post-corona now. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, and the very important thing is like the coronavirus handling now, as you are aware, US is the top country with the maximum number of coronavirus cases, the registered official figures we are talking, and also the deaths. So that handling of the virus, the Fossey perspective. I mean, you see these two guys coming and giving away all these statements. They don't wear masks, they don't advocate masks. So that has come under a bit of a scanner, and also the black campaign that has been happening, like Black Lives Matter. If you're aware, the one black Afro American guy had been sh- strangled to death. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I haven't gone into the details of that, but he's been strangled to death, and that has raised a big furor all over the US, and the whole Afro American community has like backfired. And then Trump had received quite a bit of a flack for his, aberration and for his like not handling very well of that, but that has sowed that has sowed the sentiment a bit. But then, like I said, the tech companies have boomed. He is very good. I mean, he has real good terms with all these tech companies, and also Tesla. Elon Musk is like, he's big time Trump camp. So, and Tesla's has been hitting the roofs. I mean, Teslas have been planning like what, mission to Mars. They have these electric cars. They are planning electric cars, low budget electric cars for India as well. So, it has been listed. It is newly listed in NASDAQ, and it has quadrupled. I mean, one of my close friends back in the US has purchased it for 450, and he's sitting on it, and it has hit a high of 1800. Yeah, you heard it right. This is not a penny stock. This was a good stock. And if you had bought just 10, 20 shares, you've like made 5 times the money, guys. That is how money is made, guys. Sitting on the right stocks, waiting for them to double, triple, quadruple, and make 10 times the money. So that's it about Trump for now. Let's discuss his competitor now. I mean, Mr. Trump calls him Sleepy Joe, Sleepy Joey Biden. Biden, sorry. So pro Biden camp. What is his forte, and how will he impact stock market? So the polls the polls are now favoring Biden. I mean, as we speak, all the polls that are happening, and all the media is pro Biden, and they say Trump is trailing him wherever we talk. I mean, so he has been quite sharp in criticism of Donald Trump, although I mean he's not so vocal as Trump is in criticism as most Democrats are. They don't give scathing personal attacks. So he's been working his way slowly, and there's already so much negativity in the media of Trump that Biden wouldn't have to do much. So he's advocated these tax cuts and all, which Donald Trump had made. I mean, Donald Trump had imposed this super rich tax and all, and also, like most Democrats, I mean, there would be a lot of populist measures, but these I don't think impact the markets much, because Democrats are mostly pro poor, and they are like secular, and they're more like a global perspective. And if you know Obama was a global phenomenon. He was like a global figure. So they don't talk much about markets. They are not so much into the business community. So it's like net, you can say, I mean, if Biden comes, there might be a bit of a crash, but then market could stabilize again. So you never know. But polls also show that people also want these tax cuts to be made, because now that anyways Corona has been playing its part, and people are losing jobs, and the economy is in doldrums, they say. Although the markets are rising, the economy gives a different picture. The jobless claims are still high. So people want these tax cuts, and they would also want the infrastructure spending to happen, which has probably stopped now that they are already, the Fed is like printing money on money on money, and then they're distributing it so much. All my friends back in the US get a Corona allowance, especially, as you're aware. They get $1,500 for free. Just and there are unemployment allowance and all. So this is like, the debt must be like big, big, big. So net, it'll be sort of a sluggish sort of a market if Biden comes, and I believe there could be a bit of a crash as well, because, like I said, Donald Trump has been making the markets go up. That is his forte. That is his TRP. That is his biggest selling point. He says that I have like made the economy back on track. I bought it back on track before the Chinese, before this, as he calls. I mean, these are not my words. I'm just quoting him. He calls it a Chinese virus. So before that, he had like made America great again. That's his forte. And the final point now, final very important point, is Kamala Harris. So Biden on Tuesday picked Harris for the post of vice president. So making her the first Afro-American black woman in the US to get a presidential ticket. So after Barack Obama, the first Afro-American black president, we now have Kamala Harris, Afro-Indian actually. She has Indian origins as well. Her father is from Jamaica and mother from India. So this could be a big turning point, guys, because now that there's a furor already, The death of George Floyd had caused a huge unrest, but all over the world. In fact, we saw banners in the Premier League itself. We saw banners across UK showing that, that symbol of that Black Lives Matter, and there's like growing pressure. So there was growing pressure on Biden to pick up black woman as his vice president, as his second in line. And this announcement already has reaped great rewards. You see, Biden has raised 48 million in like 48 hours since Senator Kamala Harris was announced. So could be a big turning point, guys. She might win him those Afro-American votes, the Indian votes as well. She has a predominant Indian face. I mean, mixed face, like she's Jamaican, so mixed face, and she gives that the Democrats their picture. Actually, Democrats are known to be very secular, and they promote all races, all caste, all creed, and they are Indians vote for them, Americans vote for them. I forgot there's a big chunk of Chinese and Filipino community there as well, who are citizens, by the way, and they could also go with they could also go with Joe Biden. So overall, like I said, Donald Trump is pushed against the wall again. But if you remember the last election as well, guys, he was never a media favorite. Hillary was odds on. Hillary was every poll, everything had suggested, every media agency, every pre-poll had suggested that Hillary is going to sweep that election. But what happened? Donald Trump won. So you can never write off Donald Trump, guys. Overall, I believe this Kamala Harris move is a very good thing for Joe Biden, but you can never write Trump off. And I believe my personal senses, he might again just edge, he might again just edge the Democrats and win and become the president again, and that could lead another massive rally in the market. And by then if by then there's this coronavirus vaccine announcement as well and approval from US FDA, then I don't think there's anything that's going to stop Trump from being the president of America come the November 3rd or whatever, whenever the results are going to be declared. So Wally here signing off, guys. Hope you liked that video. And as I say again and again, please subscribe. And if you haven't sent this to your friends, send this video to friends. Make the reach more global, more so that I'm more and more motivated to make these videos. Have a good evening, good night.